Welcome, guys. Welcome to my channel of chapter 1000 review called Straw Hat Luffy by Ichiro Oda. We finally made it to chapter 1000. Alright, let's get to it. We start off with, at the beginning of the chapter, Luffy getting to the 5th floor. We see the musketeers that cleared out the entire floor. I think it's the musketeers. They cleared out the entire floor. And we see Luffy mention to them, hey, I remember that time that you guys basically risked your lives to save Raizo. Thank you for that. And we see one of them crying because it sucks to have nobody acknowledge something because you held the secret so well and only you know about it. But that's nice. I'm not sure, but we get to see another flashback later on in the chapter. We get to go to Zorro and Marco, and we get to see a huge power move by Marco where he's basically double choke holding King and Queen. Also, why is Queen keeps looking more like a cyborg or more like Frankie every time, like he's been doing stuff to his own body to change it. But huge power move by Marco, basically doing what Big Mom did to him, and then he flings Zorro up to the roof, and Zorro's surprised, like, you could have warned me first before doing that. And then we also see Yamato mentioning some stuff to Momonosuke about Ace and Roger in the past. We have panels of Law and Kid going up to the roof. And, some people were saying that Law was doing something on his own agenda, or he's going to betray Luffy later. We don't really know if he's going to betray Luffy, but we get to see where he is later on in the chapter. And maybe he was doing something for himself, for his own agenda, but it'd be hard-pressed to say he's going to betray Luffy later on. Also, important note, we have another snippet of Yamato's flashback with Ace, and we have Ace blabbering on about Luffy, and he says something else about Luffy's dream, where we don't know what the dream is. But we've had something similar in one of Luffy and Ace's flashbacks. We get to see what Luffy says he wants to do, his dream. And all we see is, I want to, and I think it was, I want to, and we cut off there, and all we see is Sabo and Ace's reactions. Same thing with Gold Roger, where Roger says, my dream is to, I believe it was like that. And same instance, we see Odin and Whitebeard look confused. But if it was a dream of, I want to be king of the pirates, they would have just said that, right? Like, Oda's hiding it, Oda wouldn't cut it out. So we don't know what that is. We don't have much, context clues of what that dream could be. Maybe it's, I want to unite the world. I want to bring all people together. Maybe. And then we have a glimpse of, Yamato makes a Vivre card. We still don't know how those are made. It would have been nice. Chapter 1000. We get to see how Vivre cards are made. Not yet. But basically, it's Ace saying, don't make fun of Luffy, don't make fun of his dream or anything, please. But Yamato reminisces and says and remembers, oh, somebody else in the logbook said that, some other great person said that, and Yamato says to Yamato says to Ace, oh, some other great figure says that, and Yamato also reminiscence? Yamato also kind of connects, like, oh, Luffy is so similar to this person, kind of similar to Odin, similar to Gold Roger. They would have gotten along so well. But Yamato doesn't say it's Gold Roger, or Yamato doesn't even say Odin was in Gold D. Roger's ship. So there's like that misinformation. And then Yamato finds out, oh, Ace was Roger's son later by reading the journals and having the Vivre card, knowing that Ace died 2 years ago because of the Vivre card, and then reading it in the newspaper. I'm assuming the newspaper. Would Wano get newspapers? But I mean, like, Kaido knows information about the outside world, right? So, I mean, Yonko information anyways. finally we cut to the last juicy scene of the chapter. We have Luffy going up the stairs, bashing through some doors, finally makes it to the top of the roof, and everyone's just waiting. Everyone, Zorro, Law, Killer, Kid. Law and Zorro are looking super serious, but then Kid is just laughing there. He's like, oh, you guys are the audience, nice. Very bold. Kid is talking a lot of crap here, and I want to see what he does. So we don't see him with all the metal that he had while he was running up the stairs talking to Killer, like gathering all the metal. That has to play a part later on. And Luffy gets to the roof. He sees everybody. And we have a 2v5. Yonko versus Supernovas. And Luffy does a huge power move here, and he just walks right past the two Yonko while they're bickering, saying, you want to know what he said to me before? Luffy goes to Kinemon, where everybody else is at, and he apologizes. He apologizes to Kinemon. Sorry for being late. And he sees everybody else. And this is one of those moments where it's like, oh, you do not hurt Luffy's friends. But at the same time, this part of the translation, we have to see the official translation more. Where, I forgot to mention that in the beginning, we have to see this different part of the translation where it looks like Kinemon isn't very proud of like their performance, and he's not happy with their performance, and he can't face Oden in the afterlife knowing this is what he did, this is how he performed against Kaido, knowing how great Oden was. And he begs Luffy to save Wano. And we have a cheap moment, or a very dishonorable moment by Kaido here, where he's about to just strike Luffy in the back without him noticing, per se. Where people are saying, oh, he's a very honorable person, or maybe he just doesn't give honor to people, or he doesn't fight honestly with people he doesn't see as actual, like, adversaries, opponents, like other Yonko, per se. And then Luffy really quickly just tells Law, get them all out of here, get them down there, get them downstairs. Law quickly just rooms them downstairs, teleports them out. Luffy jumps up, the spice of the chapter, the good stuff of the chapter, where Luffy jumps up and in the air, dodges Kaido, and in the air he remembers everything about the Scabbards, what they fought for, what they lost, everything rides on this fight. In that small flashback, and then real quick, he does a new move. He goes Gear 3rd and he does a new move, I think. It seems like it's a Red Hawk infused Gear 3rd. But we'll have to see the official translation where it's called Red Rock in this one. And he knocks Kaido to the ground. He doesn't crack the roof or anything. I'm guessing it's because he didn't directly hit the ground. But then Big Mom's there mocking Kaido like, what the hell was that performance? You let him knock you on the ground like that? What? What was that? I imagine that reaction. And then Luffy gives his famous monologue of, I'm gonna surpass you and I'm gonna become king of the pirates. And end the chapter. Let's go. Awesome. I can't. Finally, we made it. We did it. Chapter 1000, guys. We did it. All right. And for the end of the chapter, we're going to get some predictions. Probably next chapter is going to be a bunch of fighting, a bunch of brawling. We're going to cut over to Sanji, Brook, Robin, probably Frankie for... It's hard to say because that's a lot of cutting, a lot of smidgets of fight, but I feel like Oda would give everybody a little more attention than that, because this is every Straw Hat, at least, quote unquote, every Straw Hat knew me. Nami, Usopp, Frankie getting his fight, well, Zoro's in the roof. I wonder how Zoro's gonna do. So we'll see how next chapter is. It's probably going to be a big brawl. It's probably going to cut to everybody else's fights. Maybe do a matchup for everybody. But I know some people are theorizing this is going to end on 45 chapters for Act 3. So Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, 15, 30, 45 chapters. And I believe chapter 45 ends in chapter 1003. So it depends how the fights are going. If this is going to be the final fight. And if the Straw Hats come out victorious. We'll have to see how everything goes on. So that's it from me, guys. That was chapter 1000. I hope you enjoyed. Leave me a comment to see what I can improve on. And thank you for watching.